The sun crests the jungle mountains, painting the sky in orange and pink. Below, a river of people flows into the Vietnam-Laos border market at Qua Cao Nam Khan. The air hums with energy, a blend of excitement, business, and centuries-old tradition. This market happens just once a week, so everyone arrives ready to seize the day. It's beautiful chaos. The rumble of old motorbikes, voices in 2 languages, and the crowing of roosters. The scent is a heady mix of damp earth, grilling meat, and fragrant herbs. People from remote villages and handmade clothes mingle with traders from bigger towns. This isn't a show for tourists, it's life. For many, this market is a lifeline, a place to sell crops, buy supplies, and catch up on news. Vietnamese dong and lao kip change hands in the same breath. Here, borders blur, replaced by the universal language of trade and food. The market is a living, breathing thing, paths carved through piles of goods and bags of rice. Women with babies haggle over vegetables, men smoke and share stories. Every face tells a story of resilience. This place is a testament to the human spirit, a vibrant explosion of color, sound, and flavor. I couldn't wait to dive in. The day was just beginning, and adventure was everywhere. The market's energy is contagious, drawing you in. I was ready for whatever came next. I wasn't alone in this maze. My sister was my guide. She knows this place inside out, her adventurous spirit matching my own. While I hunt for unusual foods, she uncovers the stories behind them. She has a way with people, making even the gruffest seller smile with her enthusiastic Vietnamese. She's my compass in this chaos. "Come on, we have to start at the livestock section," she said, eyes sparkling. She notices the details, the embroidery on a skirt, the careful arrangement of herbs, the subtle nod that screws a deal. With her, I'm not just a spectator, I'm part of the market. Her approach is simple: be curious, be respectful, and always smile. She sees people, not just products. Her questions open doors, turning us from customers into guests. Following her through the crowd is an adventure in itself. She moves with purpose, dodging motorbikes and weaving through friends. "You have to see the black pigs," she insisted, pulling me along. Her excitement is infectious. With her leading the way, I knew this day would be unforgettable. My sister was right. The livestock section was a sensory overload. The air thickened with the smell of hay and animals. Pigs squealed, chickens clucked, ducks quacked, and dogs barked, all layered over the hum of bargaining voices. We passed rows of bamboo cages filled with chickens, their feathers a rainbow of colors. Sellers, mostly older men, watched the crowd with sharp eyes. A man showed off a rooster's wings, the bird squawked, adding to the market's symphony. Then came the pigs, big, small, and tiny piglets. Many of them the prized Vietnamese black pigs. Some were in baskets, others tethered by a rope. A family inspected a pig, the seller pointing out its best features in a quiet negotiation. Here, animals are more than products. They're wealth, security, and a future. A healthy pig can feed a family or pay for a child's education. Farmers care deeply for their animals. Watching these exchanges, you're reminded how far removed supermarkets are from real food sources. The market is raw, real, and full of life. Every transaction is a story. This is commerce at its most human. Deeper in, the animal variety amazed us. Water buffalo, the tractors of the rice paddies, stood calmly as a boy stroked one's nose. Nearby, cages of pigeons and songbirds drew crowds. Here, birds are prized for their melodies, not just their meat. Men gathered to listen, savoring a moment of beauty amid the bustle. My sister pointed out a woman selling puppies, the animals tumbling playfully in a basket. Dogs here are working animals, but the affection is clear. Children giggled, watching the puppies play, a reminder of simple joys. Goats chewed on vegetable scraps, sold alongside grain and farming tools. Everything needed for rural life was here. Sellers shared generations of knowledge about raising animals in the mountains. It was a living education, more valuable than any textbook. The market was a university of rural life. Every corner offered a new lesson. Life in all its forms thrived here. Leaving the animals behind, we entered the heart of the market, the food stalls. The air shifted, filled with the aroma of charcoal grills, sizzling pork, and fresh herbs. My stomach rumbled as steam rose from bubbling pots of soup. Stalls overflowed with color-fiery chilies, bright herbs, strange vegetables, and purple yams. Women sat behind neat piles of produce, their hands moving with practiced speed. The freshness was undeniable. These vegetables were likely picked that morning. We pushed through the crowd, senses on high alert. Vendors sold sticky rice in bamboo tubes, rice cakes wrapped in banana leaves, and jars of mysterious fermented sauces. I wanted to try everything. The sounds changed. The chop of knives, the sizzle of oil, vendors calling out, laughter, and the clink of beer glasses. People weren't just shopping. They were eating, socializing, and soaking in the vibrant atmosphere. The market was a communal dining room. Every bite was a discovery. Food here was more than sustenance, it was celebration. The energy was irresistible. We dove in, ready to taste it all. Time to eat. My sister led me to a stall with the best pho in the market, Vietnamese noodle soup with a Lao twist. The broth was rich, spiced with chili and unique herbs, a perfect blend of two cultures. We sat on tiny stools as the vendor ladled steaming broth over noodles and beef, topping it with fresh herbs and lime. The first spoonful was magic, comforting yet new, bold, and bright. Around us, Vietnamese and Lao people slurped side by side. Food was the great unifier. Next, we tried grilled pork skewers. Juicy, caramelized, served with sticky rice and a sweet spicy dipping sauce. We ate with our hands, standing in the crowded lane. Messy, simple, perfect. For dessert, my sister insisted on a local treat. A chewy cake of tapioca, coconut milk and sugar, steamed in banana leaf. Warm, gooey, and not too sweet. The perfect finish. We watched Lao families share Vietnamese spring rolls, and Vietnamese traders enjoy Lao sausage. Here, you don't choose sides, you savor both. Every plate was a meeting of worlds. The flavors told the story of the border. This was fusion at its most delicious. This market is more than a place to buy and sell. It's where cultures blend. The border isn't a wall, it's a bridge. Sellers and buyers switch between Vietnamese and Lao, negotiating in both languages. Traditional Vietnamese áo dai mixed with Laotian skirts and the colorful attire of ethnic minorities. Each pattern tells a story of heritage and identity. Products cross borders freely. Lao beer at Vietnamese stalls, Vietnamese coffee at Lao ones. People care about quality, not origin. Customs blend, too. Business is lively, but respectful. There's a shared understanding, a mutual respect in every deal. The market is a lesson in cooperation. Here, borders create community, not conflict. It's a living example of peaceful fusion. What makes this market special are the people. We met an elderly Lao woman who walked hours to sell wild mushrooms. Her hands told a lifetime story. A young Vietnamese man repaired phones, bridging tradition and modernity, helping villagers stay connected. My sister chatted with Lao teenagers, blending modern style with traditional bracelets, giggling over selfies. Everyone was open, proud, and curious. There were no barriers, just conversations, shared fruit, and laughter. These small interactions turned a trip into an adventure. The people are the market's heart and soul. Every face adds to the tapestry. Stories and smiles connect everyone. The market pulses with humanity. This is what I'll remember most. As the sun climbed, the market wound down. Vendors packed up, the energy softened, and we walked back through quieter paths, bags full of snacks and stories. This place is more than a market. It's a world where two nations become one community. The border is just a line. Here, life flows right over it. What I'll remember are the small moments, the taste of pho, the sound of piglets, the mushroom seller's smile, laughter with my sister. These are the souvenirs that last. This adventure was about discovering a vibrant culture and incredible people. As we left, the mountains watched over the valley, guarding the market's secrets. I knew I'd be back. There's so much more to explore. The Vietnam-Laos border market is a living story. I'm grateful to have read a few of its pages.